Thank you again, everybody, for jumping on. For those that are just joining, I'm Tony Sarraino. It says Anthony, but I can go by Tony. Product marketing manager. A lot of the comms that you see come through, typically coming from me. And then we have Tim on the line as well. Tim is our product manager. So like I said before, all the great things that we're going to go over here today and talk about for the future, Tim and the team kind of make that happen. So without further ado, I will get right into it. So agenda, a small housekeeping update. We're going to go over some great drawing enhancements that we've had happen over the past couple months. A great new feature that we just released, which is like a media library, video and images that you can now add to your products and proposals. We just had a great release for Pest forms, for state compliant forms that you can now integrate into your proposal. And then we'll do a quick update on some enhancement we've done recently to our payments and invoicing function. And then lastly, what I think a lot of people will be excited about is just a Q4 look at what we're going to wrap up here for Q4 and as we look into 2026. So we'll get started. So again, Service Titan integration. I don't know how many of you are part of Service Titan. We have a lot of people that integrate with Service Titan today. One of the biggest feature requests that we've recently got is when you do sync over either your drawing and your takeoff over into your Service Titan account. A lot of the times what would happen was your price or your pricing for your products inside of Service Titan would get overwritten by what we had in ArcSite. So a lot of times, since you are sending your proposal and you're managing the cost of your products inside of Service Titan more so than in ArcSite, if you had a blank line item or it wasn't set up to have a price associated with your ArcSite product, it would basically overwrite whatever you had in Service Titan. So we've gone ahead and added a setting now inside of your Service Titan integration side. So if you log into your account, head into your settings, go to your Service Titan integration, there's going to be a new toggle which will allow you to exclude the price from sending over to your Service Titan line item. So again, now that price for your product will not get sent over to Service Titan anymore. It'll kind of remain the same. It won't overwrite, and everything should be good in that sense. So again, if you want to turn this on, if you do use the Service Titan integration, you're going to head over to your settings in your ArcSite backend, and you're just going to toggle that exclude price in Service Titan line items and toggle it on. And that should no longer sync over the pricing and overwrite anything that you have in Service Titan. If you do have a Service Titan integration and you don't have it integrated yet, reach out to our support team and they'll be glad to kind of help you sync the two together. And that allows you to, again, send your drawings, send your product, your takeoff report and all that fun stuff back over to Service Titan, which allows you to go send the proposals and finish off your workflow that you typically manage inside of Service Titan. So any questions, just drop a line in. But again, just wanted to kind of call this out. Small housekeeping item, nothing major here, but if you are using the integration, it is a nice little feature that we've gone and enhanced here. So I'm going to dive into some big drawing enhancements that we've done over the last couple of months. Some of them are relatively a little bit older, but I just wanted to call them out since they are pretty big and great kind of enhancements here to the canvas. So one of the bigger things that we released, not even this quarter, but a few months ago, is our Scan with AR tool. So as some of you know, on a lot of pro devices, both on iPad and iPhone, you have the ability to use the AR scanner tool. So the scanner now we've integrated with ArcSite, where if you're in a basement or if you're out in the outdoor exterior of a house, maybe you're building a deck, maybe you're inside in a basement doing a renovation, you no longer have to kind of measure by hand. You're going to take out your phone, bring it across the room, and it's going to scan the surface area for you. It's going to put in your wall placements. It's going to capture any types of fixtures that are in there, whether it's a door, a window, if it's even a piece of furniture, it's going to capture that and automatically paste it on your canvas. So again, this kind of matters because you no longer have to kind of measure. As a lot of you pros know, if you're in a basement, it's very cluttered. It's hard to get around things. You kind of don't need to prep work now. You can really generate a drawing really instantly by just taking out your phone, scanning the surface area, and basically mapping that all together. So the way to access this, for those that don't know, when you go to start a new drawing, there's a bunch of options. Start from blank, start from measurements, upload a PDF. There's now a new function that says scan. If you're on an iPhone or Pro device, you'll see this option. If you're on an Android or Windows device, it's not currently integrated with that because we're natively using uh, Apple's AR scanner tool. But you're going to click the scan room, and that's going to bring up your LiDAR scanner. It's going to give you a couple options to walk through, and then you're essentially just going to move it across the room, and it should capture it as it go. And the biggest thing here, it does cut down on that first time drawing. So again, you're not having to capture all the measurements, go into the drawing and type in each wall's measurement manually. It's going to capture that all instantly for you. And a lot of the feedback that we've gotten actually is that it's pretty close down to like an inch. So again, you might want to still double check, but for the most part, if you're doing smaller renovations, it should be very close to the measurements that you're looking to capture. And then the other nice part to this, right, is it's automatically capturing those dimensions. And then as you're adding your products, it's kind of working through your workflow for everything else. So if you're dropping in products, your design's already there. That's going to create and enable you to get to your takeoff faster, get to you a proposal faster for your client. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it just saves you a lot of time drawing and sketching out the landscape of the project that you're working on. So again, this has been available for a while. I just wanted to give it a shout out because it is a really great enhancement. And we do see a lot of pros using it. And if you didn't know about it, go check it out, show your team. And another way to use this, it's much better for internal, like indoor use. But if you are building a deck or you just need to capture the external size of your house, you can go outside and capture your outdoor house or the outside of the house, and it should give you the measurement of what that outside of the house looks like, which should allow you to kind of map and build off of that house manually. So again, you're going to capture the back end of the house, but then you're going to draw, if you're building a deck off of that. It's just another way to kind of speed up that process of getting some of the measurements that you need to go and build a drawing. So again, any questions, feel free to chime in, but another great enhancement that we've done here over the last couple months. Another addition that I want to shout out, again, not done this quarter, but another big one for a lot of people is our new Google Maps integration. So if you can think about what this does is, again, you can see here in this sample here, there's another option when you go to start a new drawing, and it's going to be from Maps. And what this is doing is allowing for anybody that might be doing a fence or an external property, you can now kind of no longer need to go to the property to get a map of and a layout of the house, right? You can now just pull up the Maps integration, type in the address, and this will bring you right to the Google Maps view of there. And from there, you'll be able to draw, you'll be able to do a property outline, maybe you're building a fence outline, maybe you're doing a pool, any type of exterior renovation that you're doing to that property, you're going to be able to draw on top of that, and it's going to be to scale. So there's a nice little toggle on the left hand that everything that you do is going to be to scale. So it won't be, the measurements won't be way off. Everything's going to be to scale to what that actual size of the property is. So again, this is eliminating unnecessary site visits. It's kind of allowing you to not have to go site to site. You're going to be in your office. You can pull it up right away. You can get to your quotes faster. You can get to your job faster, and save a lot of time basically mapping out any exterior projects that you might have. If you're doing a gutter, if you're building a deck, doing a pool installation, if you're building a fence, again, a really quick and easy way for anybody to go get the property real fast and then be able to plot and map out your drawing directly from the canvas. So once you've captured it, you're going to save that map view, and then it's going to preload it into your drawing board, and that's where you're going to go and sketch off of that map view, right? So again, really great integration here that we've done in the last couple of months. Another great way to quickly get the drawing and the property aligned really fast. And again, I just wanted to give it a nice shout out here because it is a great enhancement that I think a lot of pros might not know are available, but has been available for a little bit of time here. Great. All right. So not as massive as our AR scan or Google Maps here, but one of the trickier parts to our system is getting all the measurements you need in the right way. So we've had a recent enhancement that allows you to get relative dimensions for when you are adding doorways or windows to your drawing. What you're going to be able to do now is actually get that measurement in between any wall or any nearby wall where you're placing that door. You'll understand, okay, to the left I have 10 feet, to the right I have 3 feet. And in the past, what it did is it kind of captured it from from your whole canvas. Now, if you have walls in between where you're placing the door or window uh, fixtures, it's going to map and capture that space in between the middle walls, and then also provide that exterior distance here. So again, it's just another way that we've enhanced basically our measurements and our dimensions here, and no longer having to kind of guess or need to build your own measurements in between any wall gaps you might have in between fixtures. This is going to capture everything and give you all the measurements that you need now moving forward. So you can have a clear understanding of like where things are placed, what that difference is between the wall spacing, between your doors, between your window fixtures, all that stuff is now going to be captured right on the canvas for you automatically and instantly. So again, another great way to capture your dimensions, and a great feature enhancement that we've recently done in the last couple months here. Great. So bundle sequencing, this was another big request from pros. If you think about product bundles, it's like if you have multiple products that go together, this allows you to package them up. And then I'm going to play a little video here where I talk through it. But it allows you to essentially take a product bundle. And if you have multiple product bundles, for example, in this site, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, what this is going to allow you to do is in your takeoff report, you're now going to see, bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, and it's all those numbers are going to be associated with that sequence. So you now understand, okay, this is product bundle 1, this is product bundle 2, this is bundle 3, and you'll have a better breakdown on that takeoff report, and just give you a cleaner, easier way to understand what you need, and associated with this is product 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, instead of just having like all the products listed out, the bundles listed out. It's going to associate the number to the same spout in the canvas. So if you think you're collaborating with somebody that's actually doing some of the work on site, they're going to understand that product bundle 1 goes here, bundle 2 goes here, bundle 3 is in this location. So a cleaner way to not only build your takeoff reports, but also create that communication layer between you, the person that's speccing out the site visit, to the person that's actually on site doing any of the work, doing any installation. They're going to have a better, clear understanding of like what is going where with this new sequencing enhancement. So we've gotten through some of the drawing stuff, and I know I'm kind of flying through this, but I think we're getting through everything we need to. But some really big proposal enhancements here are coming through the door. So one of the biggest ones recently that we've done is, and this actually released last week. Super excited for this one. I think the rest of the team is. If you're on site doing any type of sales process, if you're sending proposals through the system, you're building takeoff reports, those types of things. This new adding images and videos to your products is a great new enhancement that allows you to add a video or image to your product item. So if you have electrical items, if you have HVAC items, if you have any type of product inside of ArcSite, you can now associate a video or image to that. And what that's going to do is kind of create a clear visual representation for where your sales team is on site. If they're trying to upsell or they're trying to create a higher sales value for the client that you're working for, you can kind of showcase what they're going to be installing, so that the client gets a much better visual representation of what you're trying to pitch to them, as well as what it's going to look like inside of their home, right? So great for sales teams that are selling bigger deals. Great for the ability to show off like our better, best in our optioning that we have, where we have best, better, and best. It's just another great way for you to give that visualization to your client and also help that sales process along the way. The other nice piece to this is it will attach to the proposal. So once you've got it all aligned and you've added all the visuals to your product library, once you do send a proposal, in that proposal view, there will be links to your individual product items that the client's approved or is going through the approval process with, and they can actually click into those items. You can have a video for nice bigger items if you need, and basically they'll be able to see, you'll be able to sell more even when you send that proposal out, right? Sometimes you're sending that digitally, so you're not with the client to walk them through. It's another great way to bring yourself into that proposal experience and showcase what they're actually going to get per item that you're kind of listed out in that proposal. Again, just creating a much better visual connection for that client, for that quote, for that location that you're at, and just builds that sales process, a little stronger sales process. So we have a lot of big organizations that use this. So even if you're smaller and you just want to add an extra layer to your proposals and make it feel more professional, this is a great way to do that. It's pretty simple to create these visuals inside your product. So if you are you have to be on our proposal tier right now to utilize this because it is associated with your proposals. But inside your product library, there's going to be an option now at the bottom of that product details to add video or image media assets. So you're going to click that. You're going to drag and drop whatever media asset you have, and it's going to basically associate it with that product in your backend. The nice part about this too is it will work offline for images. You do have to be online, so somebody has to have wire has to have internet access to watch the videos. But if you think about what you're sending your client, most of the times they're watching that in home, they're always going to have access to internet. But maybe you're offsite, you're at a place that doesn't have the best internet connection. Even with some of the images that you're adding, you're still going to be able to pull those up and show those to the client on site. The videos will need online access or web access, but any type of images that you're trying to show off on site, if you do have spotty connection, we all know how it goes in some of those places. You will be able to at least show the image of that product to the client in those situations. So again, really great new enhancement. If you have any questions or you want to get started with this, we do have a bunch of help articles now in place. Our support team's also there. If you've got a very large kind of product library today and you want to go and add a bunch of media to it, just reach out to our team. We'll be more than happy to help you and assist you. But again, just a great way to build and enhance that proposal and that client experience with your clients. And everyone should be pretty excited about this piece. So if you have any questions, feel free to chime in and we'll be happy to help. Great. All right. I don't know how many pest control pros we have here, but really great enhancement that we've recently done. Some of the feedback that we've gotten from a lot of our pest pros is that when it comes to either being compliant with state, if you think about pests, you're dealing with a lot of chemicals, those types of things. So we've understood that there's a lot of forms at the state level that they need to include in their proposals. So in the past, what we've done is kind of worked with individual pros, individual pest organizations, and kind of built out custom forms and workflows in the back end that would be compliant with like your WDO or your WDI forms and any type of state form that you might require. What we've recently done last week is we've actually built in pre-built WDO and WDI state forms into your proposal template. So instead of having to customize or build out a manual or a custom form, it's now going to be integrated directly into your proposal flow. So if you are a pest pro right now, these should be available to you today. It's going to be in your proposal template backend. So if you're in your settings, you're going to head over to your takeoff and estimate tab. Inside your proposal template, you'll now see new WDO, WDI forms, part of that process. And when you're building out your proposal, now you'll be able to associate that form. So you're not only going to have the client signing your proposal, you also have them signing off on those forms as well. And the goal here for the future is we're going to be adding a lot more of these state required pest forms as we go. We've just had two of the bigger ones with the WDO and the WDI go live today, or last week, I should say. We are actually at Pest World last week. Big pest convention, kind of showed this off there. Really going to be great for anybody that's looking to stay compliant and make sure that process and the workflow is getting sign off across the board. So again, great way for you to stay compliant. Should reduce any type of extra paperwork because now you're not needing to have them sign this, sign this, sign this. Everything's going to be in that one experience for the client. So everything's going to be in one space for you to go through that workflow for your client and get approval and move on to the next stage with them, right? So again, if you are a pest pro today, it's really easy to access this. It's going to be in your settings. You're going to head to proposal templates, and inside your form templates, you're going to see the new forms kind of in that space. And then you're just going to associate that with some of your proposal templates, and then you're on your way. So again, just wanted to call this out. I know we might not have a bunch of pest pros on the line today, but if you are, this is just a great enhancement for you to make you sure you're compliant and actually make your life a lot easier inside of ArcSite. So another big improvement to our proposal workflow that we've actually recently done is a lot of feedback that we've gotten. If you've built proposals through ArcSite before, you're going to understand that when you have one that might be, if you've created a new proposal or you've had to create a new version of that proposal, it wasn't voiding out all of your older ones. So in our reporting backend, when you looked at all the proposals that you've built, you were seeing pretty much every single proposal, not the ones that have been approved. It was basically all of your proposals in one view. So what we've done in the recent weeks is we've actually added a void setting to the proposal. So say you run into an issue with a change order, or you've run into an issue where the client, decided they didn't want to move forward for whatever reason, or any type of reason that you might need to void out a proposal. Now there's a new setting inside of that proposal view. So when you click into the proposal, there's going to be in that more section an option to mark as void. You'll enter a couple notes of like why you're going to void it, but essentially this allows you to now void out a proposal if you need to create a new one, and it won't associate it back to your back-end reporting anymore. It'll remove that, so it'll show you. You'll get a clear understanding of like how many proposals you have out, how many proposals are approved, and then how many proposals have been void. Right, so it just creates that reduction in mistakes. It allows you to build a better relationship with your client, and just should work a lot more smoothly in regards to some of the reporting and the backside of this. I want to call out though, if you do have kind of like an active proposal in play today that you've already accepted payments on, or you have some type of workflow in place right now, you won't be able to void those, but you will be able to avoid any type of proposal that doesn't have any type of payment plan or payment collection part of it right now. Another big piece, and I'll talk about this at the end, where this comes into play, is another big feature that we're looking to build, which is going to be change orders. Obviously, change orders are a big reason of why you might need to void an existing proposal and create a new one. This should also fix some of that stuff in the future with our new change order feature that we're building. But for the time being, you do have the option right now to go in and void any canceled or mistake or any type of reason that you might need to void out a contract with a client. You can go and do that now today. It's all available. You don't need to turn anything on. This should be accessible right now in your proposal view. If you go to your proposal view and you look at all your active proposals, click in any of them. If you need to update it, you're just going to click that more button and hit mark as void. So again, really great small improvement, but something that I know a lot of pros were looking for, because it does clean up a lot of your back end, a lot of your reporting and those types of things. So awesome. All right. Last back half of the update. I don't know how many people are part of our payments or invoicing side of the house, but we do offer ArcSite payments, which allows you to capture, move from that proposal and actually capture either a deposit or a payment plan with the client while you're on site. With that, we've obviously had that running for now a couple of weeks, or not a couple of weeks. We've had it running for about a year now. So with that, one of the biggest requests that we've gotten with now that we're accepting payments and you're getting payment plans in place, all that type of stuff inside our ArcSite, a big request was to add an invoicing tab. So the ability to see all of your open invoices, see all your open payment plans, and be able to manage them a little bit smoother. So we have added a dedicated invoice page now. You will see, if you're not part of ArcSite payments today, you won't see this. But if you are part of ArcSite payments, inside of your web dashboard, there's going to be a new tab dedicated to invoices. And inside of that tab, you're going to see all of your invoices. You're going to see the status. You're going to see the date. You're going to see when they were created, how much is part of it. And then there's a bunch of sequences that allow you to click into them, manage them, and have better insights into what you have in regards to your invoices, whether they're open, closed. We have statuses, whether they're paid, past due. You can also set reminders. You can click into an invoice that might be past due, send the client an email directly from ArcSite. You can customize that email. We have it preset with some language, but if you want to customize that email for an unpaid or an overdue invoice, you can do so. So again, it just allows you to manage your payment workflow a little bit easier inside of ArcSite. And then again, you do need to be signed up for ArcSite payments. If anybody's interested, in your backend, again, in your settings, there's a tab for payments, and you can go through the approval process. You can also reach out to us, and we'll set you up with a demo on payments if you're interested. But invoices is associated with payments, so you do need to be on that in order to get access to this. But again, it's just a great way for you to keep everything organized inside of ArcSite if you are collecting client payments moving forward through ArcSite. Awesome. All right. Another great thing that we've actually added, and another reason if you're not on payments, you might want to sign up now, is this ability to add a platform fee to the client. So if you think about any type of payment provider that you're on, there's a processing fee that typically you as the pro are taking on. So is that credit card fee, whether it's 3.30, 2.9, whatever it might be. For our case, it's 3.3. We have built a setting now that allows you to pass that fee onto the client. So it'll attach a new line item essentially to your proposal, which will be called a platform fee. So it takes that 3.3%, puts it back on the client, and keeps more money essentially in your pocket at the end of the day. So depending on how much volume you're doing per year, it's a really great feature that you want to make sure you are enabled if you are taking payments today. Because again, it could save you thousands, if not many thousands of dollars if you are operating inside of ArcSite payments today. So again, it's really easy to set up. If you are a part of ArcSite payments right now, you're just going to your payments backend and you're going to see this new toggle for a platform fee. You're going to want to enable that. And then it won't retroactively do that to any existing proposals or payment plans that you have in place today. But anything in the future, you'll be able to associate that platform fee to the client. It'll again show up as a new line item on their proposal. So if they have any questions, you can talk to them about that. But again, it's just a great way for you to keep more of what you're earning and not have to incur that platform fee or that processing fee from ArcSite. So again, if you have any questions on how to enable this, if you have any questions about how to add ArcSite payments to your account, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to give you a demo, walk you through that, because again, it is a great way to just keep that workflow. If you think about if you're managing your product library and your takeoffs inside of ArcSite, which are essentially converting you to your proposal, right? It's taking all of your payments. It understands how much that job's going to cost. Then you're essentially closing the deal inside of ArcSite without having to leave the client's home or the property, and you're now capturing that dollar amount. You'll be able to start a deposit, a payment plan, all those types of things just with ArcSite payments. So again, if you're not part of ArcSite payments and you're looking to get some more details, feel free to shoot us a message and we'll definitely get you set up with a demo. So that's going to wrap it for the day. Nice, easy 30 minutes. But I wanted to call out some big things that we are building actively. Some of them should be available in the next coming weeks. Some of them are more longer tail build out. But those things being change orders. So obviously, as we know, anytime you get into a job, there's things that happen as you go. And maybe the Home Depot's sold out of the specific toilet or the fixture that you were going to buy, and you need to go and get a change order in place. We're actively building out change orders. If you are somebody that does run into a lot of change orders, which I know a lot of pros do, we'd love to hear from you as well. So we'd love to jump on a call, understand what that workflow looks like, and also be able to show what we're building and make sure that's on par with what you're going to need as a pro. So if you are somebody that, like I said, runs into change orders, you should have my email. Shoot me an email and we can have a chat about what we're building and make sure it fits kind of your workflow. The other big pieces here, enterprise and multi-location. So again, I don't know how many on the line right now are managing more than one location, more than one product library, but we're building a way for you to no longer have to manage multiple product libraries. So if you think about you have location in the East Coast, West Coast, or in your territories, maybe there's different pricing, maybe there's different products, but all of that's associated in your backend. And a lot of times, even if you had three locations with the same product library, you would have to kind of manually update each product library inside of ArcSite. So even if you had one library but three different locations, each location had their own product library. Now you'll have one single library that'll associate out to all of your locations. So it's a much easier way for you to manage and edit any type of price change, any type of new addition that you're adding to your product line. Those types of things can now be managed in one edit instead of having to manage them in three different accounts, right? The other big piece of that is, say you have 3-4 locations, but they all have different pricing. Now you'll still have one kind of main library that you're able to associate. This product goes to this location. This product goes to this location. So it's a much cleaner, easier way for you to manage multiple locations inside of ArcSite. And it also comes with a larger kind of enterprise backend. So if you have hundreds of employees, even 50 employees with multiple locations, you're now able to access the back end of all of those accounts. You'll be able to provision those accounts, remove users, add users, all that type of fun stuff that you want to be able to do as an enterprise admin, you'll now be able to do. And then on top of that, and for those that don't have multiple locations, you're not part of enterprise, we have added reporting, a new reporting and analytics dashboard for the enterprise admin. So you now be able to see from a sales perspective how many proposals Sally has sent, how many John has sent, what's been approved, what's not been approved, how much product's been sold in one region versus the other. And this is all being built right now at that enterprise level. But with that reporting piece, we know that's a really big functionality that even if you're not running multiple locations, you still want to have the ability to have that deep level reporting, analytics, understand what's being sold, what's not been sold. So we are going to be working over the next quarter to bring that down to the single locations. So basically some really big enhancements. If you have logged into the website of ArcSite, there'll be some big enhancements that you'll see in that dashboard view over the next couple of months. So really excited for these couple of features. Again, we are going to be rolling out the multi-location product library here in the next couple of weeks. If you do manage a big location, just be on the lookout for some emails that'll come through. We'll be sending out like a wait list essentially that you can join. And our CS team, based on your, how big your organization is, how many locations you have, what your integrations look like, we'll be reaching out to you kind of one by one and getting you onboarded into kind of what we're calling like an open beta for this multi-location enterprise experience. So really fun things ahead. Like I said, change orders, the enterprise side, reporting and analytics are coming, and much more that probably haven't even thought of, but those are the big things that we wanted to kind of call out here today. And again, look for a lot of emails in the future here. We have a product newsletter that we send every week. If you have any questions, our support team's always here for you. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the day. Let me see. All right. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I'm more than happy to sit on the line for a couple of minutes here and walk through any questions anybody might have. But if you see the Q&A, it looks like Tim has been kind of hammering away and answering them as we go. But any questions, we can sit here for another 5 minutes and answer any questions you might have. But besides that, I appreciate everybody taking half an hour with me and let me walk through a lot of the recent improvements we've made to ArcSite.